So I just want to very quickly show you some very simple techniques you can use to get yourself unstuck when you hit a technical problem and don't know how to solve it. And the example I'm going to show you is something I encountered myself recently when I was updating a website in which my prices were shown in dollars with the dollar symbol, and I wanted to also show prices in euros with the euro symbol. But the problem was I didn't have the euro symbol on my keyboard. So I had to work out how to produce the euro symbol in HTML. So what I'm going to show you here is firstly by finding the answer on a search engine. So firstly you go to your favorite search engine, so in my case that's Google. So I'll just type in what we're looking for here. So we're looking for euro symbol, and we are writing our pages, or our pages are constructed in HTML, which is the language, HTML. So fairly quickly up come some search results which start talking about things like characters and symbols and hex and so forth. And this was a listing I had found, and this obviously is starting to show you some code, so that looks fairly hopeful. So let's just have a click on that one. So this one here is talking about HTML codes for currency. Well, that sounds like what we're looking for. And if we come down here, whoever's put this this web page together has very helpfully put a table here, and in fact it gives us exactly what we're looking for. So euro, and now it shows what we're looking for is actually a hex code, but you could even work that out yourself just by process of elimination. So this looks like what we might be looking for. So if we come back over to our web editor here, this is just looking at a very simple page for the purposes of illustrating this example. So here I've simply got some text saying the price is $450 or $450. So if we just go into, if I just move this down here so you can see, we go into the source and we move back up and have a look at that piece of code. So let's just change that. So I'll take that out, and let's just go and copy and paste that piece of code we just had a look at. Just paste, and there we go. And come back over to normal view, and so there it is. You can see that your dollar symbol has turned into a euro symbol. So you can now go ahead and publish your page, and you can now show your prices in euros. So a pretty simple example there, I think, really, of how doing a quick search on your favorite search engine can very quickly enable you to find the answer to whatever technical question you have to deal with at any particular point in time. And in this particular example, we were looking for just a little piece of code, and we found it there within a few seconds. Another great resource you can use is YouTube, and in fact in many ways YouTube is possibly even better, because just by the very nature of what it is, which is videos, you can watch someone showing you, quite literally demonstrating to you exactly how to solve your problem. So for example, let's say you have a problem with a particular piece of software you're using. So let's say, for example, we'll talk about our web editor there, so let's say we're using Composer. There we are. And search, and very quickly we discover that there are lots of videos here. In fact, look how many there are. Lots of videos here of people demonstrating how to do various things in Composer. So let's say that you've got a specific question in mind, and you, for example, are setting up your website. Maybe it's the first time you've done this, and you are experimenting with templates in order to set up the look and feel of your website, and you've discovered templates and something called CSS, which is Cascade Style Sheets, but you're not really sure what it is. So you wonder if perhaps there's someone on YouTube who can give you some examples of how to work with CSS. So you can simply put in CSS, and we can narrow down the videos on Composer. So let's see what this gives us, how to use Composer CSS. So let's see what we've got. And well, creating CSS in Composer, Composer WYSIWYG CSS editor, Composer CSS templates, and so on and so on. And so you can see here, actually if I just scroll down, you'll see there's a whole raft of videos there, lots of people who've been here before you and who have some expertise to pass on. And the wealth of knowledge that's available in YouTube is just incredible. I mean, any subject you may happen to have a query about in your online world, anything from, let's say, MySQL tutorial for beginners. What have we got? Well, let's have a look. So, and sure enough, if we scroll down, lots and lots of people here have posted videos showing you how to work with MySQL, for example. Doesn't matter if you don't know what that is, but just know that if you ever do get to it, there's videos here which can show you how to work with it. And anything from, I don't know, maybe it's like PDF, PDF, how do I convert from PDF to Word, or how do I work with a PDF editor, or I don't know, perhaps other examples like domain names and hosting and all this type of stuff. All the questions you're ever actually likely to come upon, the answer probably lies in YouTube. And the great thing is that it's not, as we saw earlier on in the Google example, it's not you don't have to trawl through a document and read it and try to make some sense of it. You simply just sit and watch the video of someone demonstrating it to you. So here's just one I've chosen at random, and so you can see that you just click on the link, and there's someone showing you exactly how to do whatever it is you want to do in whichever piece of software you've chosen to search on. Now, another technique you can use is using forums. So, for example, let's just move it up here and see what we're doing. So, forums. Let's say you want to find people who have some expertise in HTML. So let's have a look at this one here. So this particular one here, htmlforum.com, you can see here that this is basically a community of people who have questions and answers for each other on all sorts of subjects to do with developing websites. And so you can have a search through all the various things that have been posted on, for example, this particular forum here, and others as well. Here's a subject we were talking about earlier on, CSS. Let's just see what's being posted about that subject. Let's have a look. Well, let's look at this CSS in a nutshell. Well, this person here has put in a very helpful entry. They've really gone into a great deal of detail, and this is all for free. All this is available to you for free. Okay, so that really was intended as just a few minutes showing you how you can very easily get yourself out of trouble, and you can quickly find answers to questions that you may have to enable you to carry on doing whatever it is you need to do, even if you don't right now have the skills to do it. You can very quickly develop the skills just by basically asking the question of other people on the internet, whether it's through YouTube or Google or forums or whatever else. But those certainly are three good examples and three good ways of solving problems. So to build a great income-earning website for yourself, all you need is the skill set to make it happen. So in fact, if you just click on the link below, I'll give you a preview of the Power of Free toolkit, so you can see how to get all the software you'll need completely free, how to load up your website with great products to sell at zero cost to you, and vitally, how to market it at next to no cost at all. Just click on the link and we'll have a look.